let's get this show rolling. Welcome your opening act and host to the stage. Coming to us all the way from Pueblo, Colorado. Make some noise for Charley McMullen.
What is up, Loonees? Thank you guys for coming. I'm just going to say it right out of the gate. There's a fuck of a lot of you here. Fantastic. Oh, we appreciate you coming out. I am from Pueblo. Pueblo in the house? That's fair. I like Pueblo. Pueblo's a really cool town. It's small enough to where, like, you know, the rent is low and the cost of living is really low, but it's big enough to where if you hook up with a chick and you don't want to call her the next day, you don't have to. Pueblo has hit a very nice balance, I think. Living in Pueblo. I live in Bessemer, Pueblo. Bessemer in the house? Woo! Yes, that guy. Why are you leaving your house unattended right now? Of course you have a pit bull. Every dog is at least part pit bull in Pueblo. That's just, it's called evolution. Christians, deal with it. I walk everywhere I go because I don't have a car. Ladies. Because Pueblo's small enough, you can walk pretty much everywhere without making too much effort. I like it. One thing, though, about the south side of Pueblo is you'll see graffiti everywhere you go. And it used to really bother me, but now I don't leave the house without a can of red spray paint. Because what I like to do when I find graffiti is correct the spelling errors and give it a grade. Make them try a little harder. Feel like I'm doing something for society. Sometimes it's A-, it's the I before E thing, work on it. Sometimes it's an A+ for subject matter. King Koopa, butt fucking Princess Peach is a bold choice, but you caught me on the right day. A+ for you, I like it. Sometimes it's a C-, needs more information. Who is Brandon and why does he suck dicks? Tell the whole story. One quick note for people that do have cars and do drive places. If you're going somewhere and you see someone you know, you don't have to honk at them. In fact, we'd prefer it if you didn't. That's literally how they test out the intelligence of chimps. See something you recognize, hit the button, make a noise. Especially if you're not stopping to offer a ride. What kind of mindfuck is that shit? I'm walking, a couple months ago, it was in February. I'm walking to work, cold. It's early in the morning. A friend of mine drives by, recognizes me, honks, and does not stop and offer a ride. It's like, it's okay. It's not like it's February in fucking Colorado or anything preposterous like that. Like, what kind of message did that send anyway? Like, hey, pedestrian, I know, driving's pretty great, huh? Doesn't matter if you say anything because I won't be able to hear it because of my radio. That's something your shoes don't have, I noticed. Have a good day. I was walking up the Main Street Bridge downtown Pueblo fairly recently, and a car swerved off the road, went off the bridge into the river. I freaked out. I ran over there. I was about to call 911, but I saw a bumper sticker that said, "I'd rather be fishing." So I said, oh, thank God. I thought he was in an accident. Just a guy going fishing with his kids. They were excited, too. They must really like fishing. Like, yay, we're going fishing. Good for them. We got any married couples in the house? Coming out, date night Saturday. It's a dark room. You don't have to talk to each other. Good call. That's the way I would have done it. I've been married for a while. I got married right before internet dating caught on. Very thankful for that because internet dating is just, it's taking all the guesswork out of rape is what it's doing. When you think about it. And hey, speaking of rape, which is my favorite segue that I've ever used, I was reading an article recently that said 60% of all rape goes unreported. And that makes me very sad, but it also makes me realize that 60% of rape is being committed by statisticians. Because how else would they know? I think that should be looked into. The ball is in your court, guys. I've been married. I'm going on, let's see, in October I will be married for 7 years. It's been a rough ride. Marriage it takes a lot of work. It does. There are things you can do to keep the spark alive. Phone sex is one, which is fine. If you want to have phone sex with your spouse, I recommend it. It can work very well. Just be careful. There are reasons why they're professionals for this sort of thing. If you have phone sex with someone you've been with for like a number of years, shit comes up that has no place in phone sex. None at all. I was doing a show up in Fort Morgan recently. I was in a hotel room. My wife calls me up, wanted to get some phone sex happening, so I said, okay. She said, if there's anything that I could do to you, what would you want me to do? And I said, because I was trying to sell the moment. What if we're driving through town and you went down on me? And she said, ooh, why when we're driving through town? And I said, because you're always bitching about the way I drive. Then I said, hello? If you have a smartphone, you can kick it up a notch. You can send naked pictures of yourselves to each other. Again, that's fine. Just be careful. Another time, I got a text from my wife, wanted me to send her a picture of, you know. So I thought about it for a sec. I said, okay, usually the camera adding 10 pounds is a bad thing, but it all depends on the subject of the portraiture. So I got myself camera ready. Fellas, you know what I'm talking about. I sent her a picture, and I waited for a response for 20 of the longest minutes of my life. I was thinking, I was like, oh my God, what happened? Like, was that a test? Was I not supposed to do that? Was it disrespectful? Like, why is she not, like, you know, responding? I have my wife's number in my contact list under Darling, because I think that's very sweet and romantic. Trouble is, alphabetically, it's right there next to Dad. Yeah. So after 20 minutes, I get a text from my dad saying, I guess you didn't just get my eyes. Which I chose to take as a compliment. I love my wife a whole lot. When you get married and you decide this is the person I'm going to be with for the rest of my life, you have to accept everything about them. This is a joke that I promised my wife that I wouldn't do anymore, but she's not here, so... she said something recently. I mean, every now and then she'll say something that just, it bugs me, but I gotta let it go. Like the other day, she said, who does the voice of Darth Vader again? Was it Bill Murray? No, it was James Earl Jones, but I confuse them all the time. Because they're both black. But this was the worst one. We were watching a movie, it was like Prince of Persia or something like that, and somebody had to open a secret passageway, and to do that, they said, open sesame. And she said, why did they say it wrong? And I said, what do you mean? She said, isn't it open sesame? Let's think about that for just a moment as a group, guys. Open sesame. Like Yoda with Down syndrome. Like... Nobody talks like that. I was stunned. I was speechless. Later that night, we were in bed, and I was about to go down. And right before I did, I said, open sesame. And I'll tell you something, guys. It was worth not getting laid that night. Which is a very odd thing for a married man to say. But it was worth it. And I don't know if you've ever tried to masturbate while giggling, but it takes forever. We drinking in here tonight, guys? That's right. 2-item minimum. You bet your ass you're drinking tonight. I used to drink, I still drink every now and then. Seriously, now and then. I'm more of a pot man, but I do drink occasionally. Drinking is, it's all things in moderation. I think it's okay if you just don't overdo it. You guys ever black out? If you don't know what blacking out is, it's where your brain starts to fall asleep and your body says, fuck that shit. I've still got an agenda. We're doing this. I blacked out one night. Like many drinkers, they have their rock bottom moment. Literally, I was doing gay porn under the name Rock Bottom. You may have seen me in Hitting Rock Bottom, Volume 36 is kind of a Star Wars parody. It's called The Empire Comes on Your Back. Only in this one, it makes sense when Greedo shoots first. Thanks for getting that, nerds. No, the worst time I ever blacked out, I woke up. Look, I know it's the early show, but we're all adults here. I'm going to put this as gently as I can. I woke up and my dick was in a cheeseburger. Come along with me and I'll tell you what happened. Now, a couple of things about that. I don't know if my dick was in a cheeseburger or if there was just a cheeseburger on my dick. I'm going to own it. My dick was in that cheeseburger. That is also called empowerment, ladies. I thought, best case scenario, my friends and I were out drinking, everyone was eating, and there was one left over. And because I am at heart an environmentalist, I thought, rather than throw this away, I'll fuck it. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, which is what I think happened because I did not have the taste in my mouth that I had been eating the night before. So that means I made my friends take me through a drive-thru to order one solitary cheeseburger just to fuck it. Like, I can imagine myself sitting in my friend's back seat, like, dude, aren't you going to eat that? It's going to get cold. Yeah, I'll eat it later. Never before have I woken up, looked down, seen ketchup, wished it was blood. At least that would have made sense. Before I was married, I used to date a dwarf. Whenever she went down on me, I like to think of it as her blowing me out of proportion. You know what? You guys can laugh. But with those stubby little hands, I looked huge. For one magical night, we both felt normal. Did that because I'm a good person. Because they say good things come in small packages. That's a dirty pun. Let's see. When I'm not doing comedy, my other job down in Pueblo is doing karaoke. We got any karaoke fans in here? In fact, quick poll. How many heterosexual non-Asian men do we have in here who love karaoke? It's great. A lot of people get snobby about karaoke. Not me. I love it. It's a lot of fun. It is being ruined by all the wrong people. Specifically, there are two groups of people that are destroying karaoke for all of us. First group, this is going to sound sexist, I don't mean it that way, but drunk women. Jesus Christ, drunk women. I could just enjoy the song, but no, now I have to know it's her jam. They always get up and they sing the same song every time. They come up in like a group of 5. Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. They start off really strong, but there is a sharp drop in quality, and it always happens at exactly the same time. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Anaconda don't want none unless you got buns. It offends me as a feminist. Another group of people that take it way too goddamn seriously. They'll ask me what key a song is in. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. Do you order shit medium rare from McDonald's? No. If you're going to take it seriously, let me give you an analogy. Karaoke is to live singing what UFC is to gay porn. All right, it's close to the real thing, but it's not quite there. And if you don't believe me, the next time a UFC event is on TV, go to your stereo and play Endless Love. Not only does it fit, but it's beautiful. Are you ready for your feature act of the night, ladies and gentlemen? Coming to us from Houston, Texas, he was named one of 15 new comedians that you should be watching by funnyordie.com. You guys are going to really love him. Give it up for Sam Demaris.
Keep it going for Rock Bottom, everybody. He will fuck your food. There's some shit. Like comedy, they say is one of those things like it's cheaper than therapy. You should just work all your issues out on stage. Yo, man, that's some shit other people just don't need to know about you. You know what I mean? You stuck your dick in a cheeseburger. I have hit some dry spells in my day. I had never once looked at a Big Mac, been like, I bet it's warm in there. You know, like.